Okay, so the first thing we're going to be making are these cinnamon apple pie bites. These are so delicious, and you guys, they're only 2 ingredients. That's all you need. So some cinnamon rolls with either the original or the cream cheese icing, and then apple pie filling, and that's it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you're just going to take an average size muffin tin and spray it down with a cooking spray. And I'm going to be taking my cinnamon roll packaging, and guys, this is so simple. So all you're going to do is you're going to take each cinnamon roll and place it into each muffin slot, and then just kind of create a bowl shape. So you kind of have to mess around with it because you'll notice that you'll make the bowl shape and then it will kind of start to form back to its normal shape. So I just kept playing around and pushing it down in the center and pulling up the sides to kind of create that bowl. Next, I'm going to be taking my apple pie filling. Now, I'm not sure if they have different ones. I thought that this would be finely or diced. So if you can find one that is diced smaller, I would recommend that. But I just took a knife and kind of chopped it up a little bit. And now, as you can see, I'm taking my tablespoon and actually pressing down to create that bowl shape, and that worked perfectly. And you're going to take about 1 tablespoon per cup and just scoop the apple pie filling in there. And that's it. That's seriously it. So now you are just going to take them and put them in the oven and let them bake for about 15 to 18 minutes. I would say that mine was closer to 18, but it all really depends on your oven. Now, taking the icing that came in the cinnamon roll package, I am going to pipe it on top. So I'm just taking a Ziploc bag and filling it up and doing a really fine little point, and then just piping it on top of my cinnamon apple bites. This was so simple. I mean, the prep was honestly like 2 minutes, and then it took like 18 minutes to cook. So I would say in total it was about a 20-minute dessert. But for only 2 ingredients, you get these beautiful little cinnamon apple bites that taste so good, and they look like you put way more effort into it. And I guarantee you they will be a hit. So the next thing we're going to be making are these pumpkin pie sugar cookies. These are just as simple as the last recipe, but they do require a few more ingredients. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some sugar cookies, 4 ounces of cream cheese that is very softened, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of canned pumpkin. Now make sure you do not get the pumpkin pie mix, you just want pumpkin, and then 3/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then optional, you can get some cream cheese frosting, but I really think that it added a little something special. So first I'm going to be taking the 4 ounces of the softened cream cheese and just putting it in a mixing bowl, and then adding in that pumpkin. After that, I'm going to be putting in my sugar as well as my pumpkin pie spice, and then doing your best just to combine all the ingredients. So this is why the cream cheese needs to be super softened, because it is kind of hard to mix if it's hardened. So as you can see, I'm kind of pushing it down first, and then once I do that, I take a whisk and whisk it together, and when you cook, it'll all combine a little bit more as well. So don't be too hard on yourself to make sure you get all those little tiny chunks of cream cheese. So next, I'm going to be taking these sugar cookies, and the same thing that I did with the cinnamon rolls, I'm going to be pushing them into the bottom. Now with these, you really want to make sure that the bottom is not too thin, because when you're pushing down, sugar cookies can kind of get a little soft, and before you know it, the bottom can be really thin, and mine kind of broke apart at the end because I think I made the bottom a little too thin. So make sure that the thickness is kind of consistent. And now you're going to be taking that pumpkin pie mixture that you made and just spooning it in the middle so that they look like little pies. So this is really consistent with the last recipe. It pretty much is going to look the exact same, just with different flavors. And that's it. You're gonna pop it in the oven, and I would say to bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. I think I ended up doing like 14 because they were a little too soft at first. So just keep an eye on them until they're like a golden brown, just like you like your sugar cookies. But the thing with this is you need to let them sit and cool for a while so that they don't break apart. And now exactly what I did with the last cream cheese frosting, I'm just going to be piping it on top. So I let these pumpkin pie sugar cookies sit for honestly like 20 minutes so that they could harden up so they'd be easier to remove. But also if you have any of those silicone muffin tin things that you can put on the inside, that would help a lot because you could just pop them out and then pull them off after. So I'm just taking the cream cheese frosting and piping it in the middle and then adding some pumpkin pie spice on top. And that's it. You have super easy, quick, and delicious Thanksgiving desserts that look like you put a ton of effort into them when really they took no time at all and only a few ingredients, some of which you probably already have in your home. And I'm telling you guys, these were such a hit. Me and James ate all of them in 2 days. I did pre-film this. This is obviously not from Thanksgiving. So we've just been eating them and they have been so good. I think I had 2 pumpkin pie spice cookies and 2 of the cinnamon rolls for breakfast, but I couldn't stop eating them. So I'm gonna make them again for our family coming up this Thanksgiving, and I hope you choose to as well. If you do, take a picture and tag me on Instagram. My mic actually stopped working, so I might sound a little bit different, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and I hope you all have an absolutely amazing week.